What it do, y'all? You know what it is, man. It's the voice of the culture, man. And first and foremost, shout out to the Chop Shop in Teaneck, man. You know what I mean? Always definitely showing love and supporting the brand. So it's only right that we do the same here and show them that love back. My brother I'm sitting next to, this been a long time coming, champ.
Yes, sir.
But everything works in due time. First and foremost, congratulations on your new video you just shot.
Thank you, brother.
Around your born day.
Thank you.
Congratulations on another time around the planet.
Thank you,
Yo,
brother.
salute to that. So
Yes,
it kind
sir.
of made sense, bro.
Thank you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you some real shit. You know, everybody's special that I talk to, man. And for a long time, you and I have been going back and forth and just trying to figure things out. But yo, I respect your patience,
Yeah,
but also respect your craft.
appreciate that.
And it's been growing and growing and growing. So like I say, sometimes everything just happened for a reason, man.
Right.
And I just want to say, man, just keep being great, keep motivating us, because you motivate me when I see you keep going.
Word.
Cause life be lifing, but you know what I mean. We just keep going, man. I'm gonna dive right into it, man. We got a funny history.
Whew.
You know what I mean? Like it's funny and it's weird, but it's you know the world is different.
Yeah.
And yo, it started off at a job site for us, just seeing each other,
Facts.
never really conversating. I didn't even know you was an MC, bro.
Yep. Just working.
You know what I mean? And I wasn't even doing what I'm doing now, so that makes it crazy. And then life just kept going. We just kept bumping into each other, kept bumping into each other. And then all of a sudden, yo, I just found your music. I'm like, damn, bro, all that time my man been on the end, he's been on his shit, bro. Has that really been your whole journey, your whole career, man? Just staying on top of your shit, man?
Yeah. Never quitting, man. I don't know, man. It's just something in me. Since I've been a kid, I've just I love music, man. I love the instruments to it. I love the therapy of it. I love the wordplay, man. It's just everything about it. It's captivated me since a kid.
Right.
And growing up in the church, I grew up, doing Christian rap.
I didn't even know that. See what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you feel me? And just having that instilled in me and having that church background instilled in me, that's really the motivation too. God,
that's what's up.
God keep me pushing.
Salute to that.
You know what I mean?
Salute
The
to
times
that.
where I want to quit, the times where I want to be like, just give up on it. I can't. Ain't no way. You know what I mean? God got something to say. I got something to say. My story got something to say. People around me, you know what I mean? Everything.
Yeah, but see, it's funny. Now it all kind of makes sense. You know what I mean? Listening to you. You know what I mean? As I got a chance to really start to listen to your craft, and you say the thing about, I was a question of mine, like, you know what I mean, your belief. And you just kind of Christian rap. Let me ask you that though, man. How did that go for you personally?
So, all right. So I gotta bring you back. So it started really at 10. I would grow up in the church and I'm playing, the drums. I'm playing bongos, different instruments. You know what I mean? On the choir, of course. You know what I mean? My dad was a co-pastor at one point. So just always in the mix with the music. Fast forward, one day after church, we was outside, and my dad had this Ford F-250, and Patiently Waiting by 50 Cent was on the radio. And I turned it up, and Eminem's verse was on, and I knew that verse by heart. So I just started rapping the verse. They think they crazy, but they ain't crazy. Let's face it, basically they just play. So I'm just going. And one of the girls come out, and she's like, yo, little bro, you got flow. She's like, I know that's not your lyrics, but you got flow. From that on, that was it.
That was the motivation.
That was it. That was it. I was like, oh, I could do this. And then I get into, fast forward, I get older, and I get into, Christian rap, and, because I'm heavy in the church. So I was like, I don't necessarily want to do secular music yet, or just, outside music yet. I'm founded in the church, so let me just see what's up. I did a few churches in Baltimore. I performed at a few churches in Albany. Performed at a few churches in Hackensack. Those are like my first few performances. Just
Right.
getting the gist of, this whole hip hop music MCing thing. You know what I mean? Part of pastoring. You also MCing. You got to move the crowd. So I'm just studying, and that's what did it. That's what did it. That's what started it.
Yeah, but you took a whole different lane. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's a little, that lane is it wasn't back then. It really wasn't a lane when you was doing it.
Nah.
Cause I grew up in the church too, so I understand where you're coming from. I was
Yeah.
the kid in the car listening to the rap music, and the other kids like, damn, your parents let you listen to that? Yeah, life goes on. But for you to take the lane to go into the ministry, you know what I mean? Was that a tug of war for you? Saying, I don't. Or it was just easy.
It was easy. It was like I
Okay.
said, I was founded in it. So, I wanted to talk about Christ. I wanted to
Okay.
talk about God. You know what I mean? But the confliction was really the confliction was everybody in the church knew God. And this is my thought process at the time. Everybody in the church
How old
knew
are you
God.
about this time?
About 14, 15,
Okay.
if that.
I'm just
And
trying to see
yeah,
where your
you know what
mind
I
is
mean?
at.
And
Okay.
and I was like, everybody in the church know God. But what about everybody else outside the church? What about them? How can I um
Bring them in.
either bring them in or just spread the message or spread the gospel without sounding preachy. You know what I mean? And doing it and doing it and doing it my way and just you know what I mean? Well, really God's way, but you know what I mean?
I
Like
got you.
just
That's
doing
dope.
it in a way where it don't sound preachy. I can still give a message. I can still have fun and still be me. You get what I mean?
Right.
And that was at the time. That was the real conflicting part because I was doing the ministry, but then the other side of it, I wanted to rap with my friends and and be outside. And that's where I was like, I gotta make a choice. And that's when I decided to go the secular route. But I was like, if I'm gonna go the secular route, I gotta make sure that I'm always giving a message. Always make sure I gotta have substance.
Does it make it harder to be an MC, or is it just really the same? I'm asking because I really
Yeah,
don't
no,
know,
but these are good.
and
These
this
are,
is my first
yeah,
time really talking to
yeah.
somebody that was doing, that type of music.
But being an MC in what aspect? Like just being in an MC, nah. Like
Yeah, but
it
I'm
was
saying,
easy
but
to
still, you got a message.
right.
It's not the average message
Right.
that a kid that's not a Christian may want to hear. So you still want to catch his ear.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking, was it hard to put that together to be able to catch somebody that's not in the church ear?
Nah, I think the hardest part for me was finding the sound, finding the sound and making not sounding too churchy and I love
Still trying to be
but still
relatable.
be relatable.
That's what I'm saying.
That's really what it was. Yeah, and but it was a sound for me. Like being relatable was easy for me. I could do that with my friends.
But when you say a
know.
sound, what do you mean by a
The
sound? Because
because there's a certain so back then you only had from the top of my head you had Lecrae, you had Canton Jones, maybe a few other God
so you
Christian
trying to
artists.
find your lane, and when you say your sound,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I'm
You
thinking
know
you're
what
talking
I
about
mean?
the music
Yeah,
wise.
yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, but music. Oh, you know what I mean? Like just really trying to. It's like how can I make this music where it don't sound too preachy? I can still be me, and they know I'm talking about something.
And the
You know what I
message
mean?
is
And the
getting
message is
passed.
getting passed, and it was just writing song after song, right? So just song after song, song after song, song after song, and then I just found it, man. That you know what I mean. And when people ask me, I always tie it back to God because a lot of times I don't know.
I
My
mean,
dad.
you being honest though.
Yeah, and my dad. I talk to my dad a lot. And my dad be saying, shout out to my pops by the way. He be telling me, that's the perfect place to be when you don't know. When you
That's
don't
a
know,
fact.
when you don't know, you giving it up to God. So a lot of times I don't know where it come from. I don't know. A lot of
Technically,
times.
you do.
I
You
do,
just don't know where it come
but
from with you.
Exactly.
That's what's up, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, it's time progressing now. Let's get a little older. Let's go into our early 20s, man. I'm gonna be honest. By then, I'm going out to church. I know it's in my heart.
Right.
I know who my Lord and Savior is.
Right.
I know Jesus is the head of my life. I know all that.
Right.
But I'm not involved, if you understand. But I've also learned that you don't have to be involved with a group as long as you're involved with yourself.
Right.
That's what I was taught, because my pops was the same way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where are you at 20 now? Are you still like, I'm going to stay with the Christian rap. I'm not going to really near off.
Yeah.
Or you kind of said, you know what, I'm comfortable now with being able to do both.
I'm comfortable with doing both.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
But now
when
you
it's-
matured now.
Yeah, I'm matured. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, at the end of the day, I'm me. Like, there's a duality of man always. You know what I mean? So I'm not perfect, and that was the thing. I didn't want to be boxed in just as a Christian rapper. You know what I mean? I could spit. I could sing. You know what I mean? There's so many things that I can do, and I wanted to, and of course you could showcase that in that world, but there's so many other ideas that I want to do, so many things that I want to achieve. Um, man, like I don't know, man.
You just want to
Yeah, I
expand.
just want to expand. Yeah, you know
So
what I
you
mean.
feeling like in
And
that lane it keeps you in a box a little bit?
right,
Because I noticed, you know,
yeah,
you
because
said I don't want to be looked at as just this Christian. I want to be looked at as an MC.
a lot of times, yeah, and a lot of times, that's why my style is so diverse. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to get boxed in as just a boom bap rapper. You don't want to just get boxed in as a trap rapper. Now I'm an artist. I'm an artist first.
Okay.
I'm an artist first, and God gave me this gift, and I'm gonna show you what He gave me.
Psh, you know what? A lot of people don't understand that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people feel like they doing it to be cool,
Right.
to fit in. And really, what are you really fitting into? Because if you're not doing it from the heart and it's not the passion, you just trying to figure it out. So leave it, get out the way.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
there's to the younger artists out there. There's gonna be plenty of days where you ain't gonna get paid from this. You gotta do it from the heart. Period.
Well, what about in
Yeah,
the Christian circle? Do it? I mean, it's big now. It's
yeah,
moving.
yeah.
You know, is that arena?
To be honest with you, so like it's not so I haven't been in that realm in a while, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I said, once I made the decision to step into the secular, like I said, going tying in back what I said before, when I was younger, I had said to myself, yo, what about the people outside? So I started going to clubs and performing my shit. You know what I mean? Performing, doing what I'm doing, and the message was getting across. You know what I mean? I had certain joints. I started making joints with, shout out to my people, shout out to Boulevard Mott, you know what I mean? Shout out to Mike Yang, shout out to Swab. Just started making records with my people that had the same type of message. Period. Finding the same type of group and just making it happen. Just making it happen.
You know what? That's dope because you know what I'm saying. When you got a group of people that's on the same page, I think it makes it easier for everybody to just blend. It's not a conflict, you know what I mean? Because you might have one dude that's not on the same type of time, but he's nice.
Right.
You respect his craft, but it don't. You know what I mean? Every marriage ain't gonna work. Let's just be clear. We all done ran through a bunch of different relationships. It's like a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is. Damn, she was fine, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now we at the point now. You in the clubs. You know what I mean? You moving and grooving. I seen you perform in Teaneck for the very first time.
Mexicali.
Yo, that I really was. I'm gonna find the right word to say what I want to say. I really was moved. How confident you were on the stage.
Thank
You know what I'm saying? Rapping the way you rap. Because that takes a lot of confidence to say, you know what, I'm gonna speak my truth. I'm not gonna fit in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you just kept going, and I just kept listening and kept listening. I said, yo, he's got something going on with his Lord and Savior, and he keeps jabbing us with us. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I respect that consistency. Let me say that to you.
Thank
You know what I'm saying? That's because, yo, sometimes, we get caught up. We all human. It happens.
I'm about to say a perfect example for me is like a DMX, like minus the now shout rest in peace X, minus the drugs and all that. You know what I mean? But how he moved when he died, right? They talked about his music, but what did they talk about when he died? They talked about how much that man knew God.
Yeah. He always let that be known for the first
stage,
time.
When he was on stage, he would perform, do his hits,
And
and
pray.
then he'd pray at the end, and then the whole front row be crying, and Jay-Z be like, how am I gonna go after that? That's me. That's me. I'm a cuss. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm human, so I'm gonna speak my truth.
But you know your
I'm
walk
me,
with
but
Christ,
I
so
know
that's the
my
difference.
Walk, you wanna know who I walk with.
Right. You let that be known. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to the new video, man.
Thank you, man. Envy Me out now on YouTube. Shot by Rob Henderson, you know what I'm saying? Rob Visuals, you know what I'm saying? Rambo Freestyle also on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dropped that on my birthday. Just been grinding, man.
Let me ask you this, man. What was the thought going into that video? Because when I saw it, I just felt like the late '90s. It just
Really?
took me back to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Just it wasn't the glitz, it wasn't the glamour, it wasn't the extra hype, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But that just took me to a place like, okay, took me to the Redman era when he had the snotty nose, and you know what I mean? Like, yo, it was grimy, but it wasn't gutter. It was, and it had a message.
Right. So the message behind that. So really, I was in a writing slump, bad. Like it's like a couple months where I was just in writer's block. Didn't really know what to say. Had a pen, anything, and I knew, like what I wanted to say, but I didn't know how to convey it. If that makes sense, you know.
Okay.
So, fast forward, I'm flipping through beats, you know, on YouTube. I shout out to Nore. You know, I found this beat on YouTube and this beat just hit me. I'm just like, okay. I'm like, all right, the beat is good. What am I gonna say? And the first thing that came out really was the hook. Is you don't have to envy me because I freestyle a lot of my hooks. So you know, I'm just doing take after take after take, and then that just came out. You don't have to envy me. You don't have to envy me. Nope, you don't have to envy me. And I'm like, okay, that's what you're feeling right now. This is what for every time that I was silent, that I was in the back just writing and cooking up, and then everybody say what they want to say, do what they want to do, around my life, things like that. And I'm just like, if you only understood what I've been through and what's in here, what I battle with every day, you wouldn't envy where I'm at. You wouldn't want these shoes. When you met me, right? We were working at that site. You know what happened. I know we're gonna dive into that. With the car accident and everything like that. But like, yo, if you only understood what I've been through, bro.
I mean, I wasn't going to dive into it.
I'm open.
You know what I'm
book.
saying?
I'm
You know
open
what I
book.
mean?
I'm open book. That's what we here for.
You know what I mean? I got to respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to go back to that.
Yeah, I talk about it with my boys all the time. I
But
talk
that,
about it all.
now that you telling me this, I understand. But it goes back to when I watched the video, it took me back to the essence. But when I'm a heavy on the lyrics. I'm a lyric dude. I don't care. I don't care how dope the video looks. I want to hear his lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, where is he going with it? It's something. Now the revelation comes out today because people don't know
No.
the bullshit that we was dealing with at RCS with those ignorant motherfuckers. And shout out to them because they show love to that place.
They did.
Because when you needed them, they came through.
One of the best jobs
you know what I'm
I
saying?
have.
But
Yeah.
the amount of monkeys that was in that circus, you know what I mean? Where was your mentality at when that situation took place with those individuals?
With the car accident you told me?
Yeah.
All right, so I can tell the story. So we was coming back from Poughkeepsie, New York, and it was like about 2, 3 a.m. How we
Typical,
were driving
yeah,
on a late night coming back to Hackensack, and dude asked me, "Yo, you good to drive?" I looked at my phone. I said, "Yeah, I'm good." I said we got like 20 minutes left. We was in Ridgewood. I said we got like 20 minutes left. My man's in the back was like, "Yo, you can roll the window up." It was cold. Roll the window up.
I was in Ridge.
Yo, so next thing you
I heard
know,
a whole nother story
You
about
feel
that.
me? Yeah, and next thing you know, and I don't tell too many people because when you start telling the you heard God speak story, people think you nuts, but I don't care. All I hear is, yo, wake up, and I was like, what are you talking about? I am awake. No, wake up. The second time that God said wake up, we crashed into that gas pump. We crashed right into a gas pump. The car was on fire. I woke up to my back break. I broke 2 bones in my back. My boy had a herniated disc and something in his neck, and then bumps and bruises to the other guy in the back. But we all woke up and we just rolled out. So there really was no thought process. It was just like, yo, what just happened? I was just awake.
What you thought?
Well, I thought, yeah, you know what I mean? Just wait. And yeah, so, took a couple months to recover. I went through a little depression because, the survivors get, those other guys, they had families and stuff, they got kids. So it was one of those things where, when at the site,
Hold on. I didn't know you were driving.
I was driving. Yeah.
Because they said the cat that was driving was tossed. They said he was drunk.
No, he wasn't. No, I was not drunk. I don't.
And I'm telling you, know what I mean? So now you telling me the truth. We getting it live here. Because they said the guy that was driving.
This is my first time hearing this, so this is good.
This is my first time hearing this. You know what I mean?
Oh,
they said, but I didn't know who the, you know what I mean?
No.
They just said, the guy was
no.
drunk. So I'm like, well.
Hell no.
That
Not
y'all
at
was
all.
getting wasted on the way back, and that's how that happened.
We was coming back from Poughkeepsie, New York, from Home Depot, from
I
doing
get
those,
that, but you
do-
also know them cats be burning, drinking in
we
the
was
car.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't even that type of party. No.
Wow.
No, they tested my because
They
how
took a drug
they,
test.
they tested my blood at the thing. Cop came, all that, clean,
Wow.
clean. I would have got arrested right there
So the depression kicked in because
because they, they got families and stuff, and they, like my mom can attest to this. When we crashed, the first thing I did was call her, and I was like, "Yo, I almost killed him. I almost killed him. I almost killed him."
wow.
That was the first thing I said. I ain't cared nothing about. I mean, yeah, I cared
I
about
know what
me,
you're
but
saying.
like I was
You're
like, yo, I
conscious.
almost killed him. That's my, so that I had to deal with that. Deal with that. Shout out to my friends, you know what I mean. Shout out to, like I said, Boulevard Mott. He was a big help with that, you know what I mean. That's been my brother since like 15, you know what I mean. So going through that process, he kept me motivated, just writing, just me and him just ping ponging ideas and writing songs, chilling, playing
Was that
video
your
games.
therapy at the time, doing music?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you
that.
come? How closer did you become with God?
A lot, a lot. Yeah, I had to understand myself, and it have like understand myself and have grace on myself. A lot of times we don't have grace on ourselves. We are so hard on ourselves. So more so, sometimes harder on ourselves than God is on us. He ain't a tyrant.
Well,
He ain't a tyrant.
right, and
You
you
know?
dealing with him anyway. He's that dude in the corner with his arms crossed, like, yo,
Yeah.
you finished?
You finished? Now come in.
Right. We just man. So
I
we
had
we
to,
dig the grave deeper, and I understand where you're coming from. I've been there
yeah.
personally. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So I had to deal with that, and really, because it was double-edged sword, because it was that, and then the year before that, I was working for DPW, and I had a similar experience where, shout out to my boy Ice, I had a near-death experience where the dude went to go make a left turn. We in the cab of the truck. Now you're talking the DPW sanitation truck. We in the cab. Dude went to go make a left turn. I was showing my boy Ice this song. Next thing you know, the door swung open on me and I flew out. So this is the year before getting to the job and having a car accident. So in my head, not only am I sick about almost killing him, I'm also like, God, what is going on? You trying to take me out? I'm like, I had to think. I'm like, what's going on? This is my thought process. But I had to deal with all of that. And like, okay, I'm here for something.
How strong was your faith during that time? Because sometimes our faith
Shaky.
suffers. Right, it
Shaky.
suffers a lot.
It was shaky.
It's like a day-to-day process.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to take small steps, and then you question yourself with those steps.
Yeah. But I'm also, I'm open, like I said, I'm an open book. So I'm really open now, especially when I pray. So I'm just like, if I'm confused, I'm like, yo, where you at? I'm looking for you. Where you at? Yo, I'm not. I feel alone in this. Yo,
Right.
where you at? He answer every time, but he also know my heart. So I'm just like, yo, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but what just happened is some BS. What's going on?
Fact.
What's going on?
But what's going on is everything comes back to envy
And I
me.
had, exactly.
That's what's going on.
Exactly.
Back then you didn't know that, but it
Exactly.
comes all the way back to
Right.
today
Right.
to don't envy me.
Right. Right.
How long it took you to write that, man?
Not long. I mean, like 2 hours with that. No,
And you
less
knew
than-
that was the one. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you knew that needed the visuals and everything.
Immediately. I just needed the cameraman, and shout out to Rob. Like I said, that was God timing, because ran into him not too long after I had made that joint, and that was the first record I had sent to him. One of the first records I had sent to him. You know what I mean? I saw him at 7-Eleven, and we had saw each other prior. We wanted to work, but
Same thing.
Same thing with us. You
That's
know what I
what
mean?
I'm saying.
And then
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. It just finally clicked, and then he heard that joint. He was like, yeah, yeah. And I showed a couple more friends, my boy Najee. We gotta put some legs behind this one. I was like, all right, yeah, it's time. I'm like, all right, let's get to work.
What made you do that feeling? Like, you could have went another route with that. Why that just intimate, Scully on, that old school, like that was
Yeah, I had a
like a video music box. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that wasn't even the original idea. Like I had this whole big concept, where I want to do this whole big video,
That's
right?
what I'm
And then
see.
and yeah,
I think that would have fucked it up.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And that's why and something told me, yo, just keep it simple. And when Rob was looking for places, I was like, yo, this is the style that I want to do it. It was cold as hell that night too.
But that's what made the video so raw, because I saw the smoke coming out you. You got your scully on, you got the hoodie on with the vest. You in the bus stop.
Yep.
Your peoples are sitting next to you. It's gloomy. It's dark.
Yep.
You bet I'm glinching. Like, is that? You know what I mean?
Inglewood. Shout out to Inglewood. Born
Shout out
and
to
raised.
Rob Vision on that though.
You
You
know
know what I mean? Visions.
Rob
man.
Visuals, man.
Definitely a blessing, man. He's definitely one of the brothers behind the scene for me too. I appreciate you, King, man. So let me ask you this, man. This freestyle thing you like to do a lot on the gram, man.
Yeah.
What inspires that to keep doing it every week?
Man, so yeah, I got to get back to that, man. Shout out to everybody that's been tuning in. It was just an idea. I was bored one day. Really, the inspiration came from my guys Sule and Blair Wynn. Bleez, man, Bleez YF, man. He started the Blair Wednesdays, and he was doing the freestyles. Then Sule did the Sule Sundays. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, they're my guys, you know what I mean? I grew up with them, things like that, in the hip hop scene, and I was just like, all right, I could do something similar, but do it my way, of course, you know what I mean? And yeah, I was bored one day and I just want to start it. That was it, you know what I mean? And I also
it took
needed,
off.
yeah, and I also needed the it was sort of a promotional aspect too, or a marketing aspect too, because I was like, all right, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? I wasn't shooting visuals at the time. I was still figuring some things out, and I know I could shoot a lot of the stuff myself. That a lot of that was all of it, majority of it was shot, edited, everything was done by myself. I recorded it, I mixed it, I mastered it, I did all of it myself.
Okay.
Everything. Yeah.
So now,
So
you know what I'm saying, what you doing that, you know what I'm saying, it definitely grabbed a different audience.
yeah.
Because now it's like, okay, I'm not going to front I kind of always was like, okay, what my boy going to do next? What are you going to do next? And then you started sending it to me. I was like, okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought maybe you had something cooked up your sleeve for a major drop or something the way you was dropping them at one point.
Yeah. Nah, it's just for the love of the game. No lie, it's just for the love of the game. I love this shit. I love hip hop. I love music, and any way I can just get it off, I'm gonna get it off, man. Don't get me wrong. Everybody caught up in analytics and views. Don't get me wrong. It's nice.
I'm with you. I'm co-signing that.
It's nice,
It's nice, but I just do it for the love.
I'm doing it for the love. The money will come. That's gonna come.
I know I'm going to get there.
I'm gonna get there. I'm not worried about that. Just hear my music. That's it. Just listen. And I know I'm dope enough to do it. So I'm gonna do it.
Let me ask you this, man. If you had 3 MCs to work with right now, I don't care what drama, what year, what era, what would be the 3 MCs you would like to work with at this point in your career? It can be an old school, new school, young. It can be any artist. Like what MC?
So right now, alright, J. Cole for sure. She used to be Meek, but I'm gonna go T.I. That's one of the reasons why I started rapping to begin with. You know what I mean? Just hearing his sound. So that would be an honor. You said 3. I'm trying to give you a new one.
Listen, don't try. Just give me what you
Yeah.
feel you would love to. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we like to
Yeah,
speak things into existence.
Yeah. Honestly, like a Don Toliver, or even Travis Scott, man. Like one of them, man. Like I love that sound too, and I can get busy on that sound. Like hell yeah, one of them. Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. I kind of understand why. You know what I'm saying? Because you like bars.
Yeah.
And you and T.I., you know what I mean? Yeah. The young cat you said, I have no clue.
Listen,
Excuse me, culture. I have
gotta
no.
understand,
You know what I mean?
Lord.
But yo, who he is who he is, because you
Yeah.
would like to work with him.
Yeah.
Yo, moving forward though, man, in the next 5 years, man, where you see yourself, man, in the game, and not just the game, the music game. What about You know what I mean? The ministry.
In the ministry, I don't know. Honestly, in the ministry, I don't know. It's I've been asking God like, what do you want me to do? Like it was always my thing to, like when I was 13, I promised God that I'll build the church for him. Like I wanted to build like a physical church for him, right? And that could still possibly happen. But then I realized as I got older, what I'm doing now is building the church for him. Because
Right.
we're a temple, so I'm already doing that. Just
Right.
by, so as far as that, I'm honestly not sure. Just whatever he leads me. I'm really a go with the flow type of guy as far as that's concerned. Um, so whenever I feel that tug, I just answer.
Okay.
As far as music, um, man, definitely, obviously more, more of a following, a wider audience. You know what I mean? I want to be performing. I already got in my head a tour that I want to do, the Come As You Are tour. You know what I mean? Comes from church when they say "Come As You Are." You
Yeah.
know what I mean? The Come As You Are tour. I don't care if your hair ain't done. I don't care if you don't got a haircut. I don't care if your nails not done. I don't care if you just came from work. I don't care if you just came from a gas station. I don't care if you're a drug addict. I don't care what. Come to the tour and do like a East Coast, maybe East Coast tour, maybe something on the West Coast. I got family in the West Coast. I got family in Atlanta. I got family in Texas. So this places
I
that I
see your
could go
vision.
where I just want to just keep spreading, just more. 5 years from now, more,
More.
more.
The grace of God has blessed you to get this far, King.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Um, I admire the fact that you don't shy away what you stand on.
thank you.
Because some people do.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And sometimes when you grow up in the church with brothers such as myself, no matter what you do or where you go, it follows you. You know, um, I went out of state on some humble shit, and I took the Bible that my mother gave me in 1984. I still have that Bible today with her writing in there. My son's mother used to tell me, "Yo, I don't understand how you read the Bible, but you go outside and hustle." I said, "I just do that. I know who I am, though."
yeah.
When I started following you really heavy, that's what I realized with you. We all prodigal sons. We all disciples. Sometimes we gotta be out. Jesus was in the trenches, bro. Let's be clear. He wasn't just in the hills. He
You
wasn't even in the
feel
hill.
me?
He
Like
was with the worst of the worst.
people that they didn't even want to, man.
So you
Yeah,
get where you know what I mean. And
yeah,
that's the journey I see that you're doing though. You
yeah.
you being a disciple in your way and you standing on it. You know what I'm saying? And as your following grows, because honestly speaking, I was somewhere and then somebody was talking about your video. I think I was in Cedar Lane at the little bodega over there, Jordan, and one of the brothers was in there talking about, "You seen Breezy new joint?" And I just like, yo, that's dope. And it was crazy because me and he was working on doing the interview. And I just said, and I sit here with you now, I'm like, damn, God is always working if you allow him to. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about sitting still with God sometimes though?
Do it all the time. I do it
Okay.
all the time. Or that's imperative for me. Like, sit and listen. I t- just sit and listen. Put the phone down. Put the games down for 2 seconds and just listen. And a lot of times it's for self too. Like a lot of times, because I meditate too, and so when I pray, I'll pray. Then I sit in silence. I just meditate. Sometimes I don't hear God. Sometimes I just take a download. Sometimes I just shut everything down and just stay silent because I gotta quiet this. Quiet this. You quiet this. You conquer everything else. It's over. But especially in the Bible, if we're going back to the Bible, how many times did Jesus talk about the mind? The mind, the mind, renew the
Facts.
mind, renew the mind, the mind, the mind, the mind.
Right.
That's the
Facts.
that's where the battle is. You win there, it's over.
Yo, what we got next, man? What's coming up next with the music, man?
Man,
And I ain't talking about no 5 years from
yeah,
now. I'm
I
talking
already know.
about right now. What we doing,
Yeah.
man? The visuals
Yeah,
is out.
man. Yeah, visuals is out right now. Like I said, it's on YouTube. Shout out to Raw Visuals. Like I said, man. I got more singles coming out this year. Me and my brother Boulevard Mont. We used to go by OTO. That was our rap group when we was younger. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We still hold on to that foundation. It stood for out of the ordinary. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Because we didn't want to be boxed in.
Right.
So now it's B.Y.N.E as a collective. Be you no one else. You know, so we got a project coming. You know what I mean? I got songs with my cousin Mike Yen that that are fire too that are coming. And just dropping, man. Right now, I just want to drop singles. I just want to just get it out there. Just get it
Yo,
out there.
man.
A lot of my friends, everybody be getting on me for hoarding music.
I
I just
mean,
be
I
like,
mean,
I'm like,
at the
yeah,
end of the day, man,
let
your
me, let me
your
push it
job
out.
is to spread the message, brother.
Yeah,
So what you doing, man? You building another, you make another Bible, a hip hop
perfectionist. You
Bible.
you
You know what I mean?
perfection, yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong. You know what I mean?
A perfectionist, man. I try.
Nah, you strive because the tries to
I,
fail. You know what
That's
I
what I
mean?
heard. I heard it from you.
You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
I just said that to somebody the other day. I was like, I don't know where I got that from. I got it from you.
Yeah.
There it is.
My pops told me that as a kid. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yo, listen, man. Let the people know where they can find the music,
Listen,
find the visuals,
you can find them.
follow you on Instagram, whatever socials you got, Facebook, TikTok. Let the culture know, man.
I got you. Well, TikTok. Let me start with TikTok because that's the longest one. Dre Breezy Worldwide. You can follow me on TikTok again. Dre Breezy Worldwide. On Instagram, official Dre B. You feel what I'm saying? On Facebook, official Dre B. You feel what I mean? All platforms with the music. You feel me? Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Pandora, you name it, you got it. YouTube, you got it. Just look me up, Dre Breezy 201 on YouTube. And yeah, and type in Dre Breezy when you go on Apple Music and everything like that, and get ready. Get ready.
Yo, I don't really got nothing much to say no more. You know what I mean? I just do what I do for the culture. I'm sitting next to a talented brother. I had to give him his flowers. We were long overdue. I'm blessed to be sitting next to him, man.
Sir. And I appreciate what you do.
Yo, thank you
Yeah,
so
listen,
much, man.
yeah,
You know what I
you've
mean?
been killing. You
I'm,
100
I'm, just,
episodes in yet?
I'm there, brother.
Come on.
I'm there. I'm really technically one away,
Let's go,
truthfully. You know
baby.
what I mean? I'm blessed to
Uh-huh.
be here, but I'm blessed because of you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Each one teach one. And I can say that on camera. I ain't
bro.
afraid to give you flowers and tell you, yo, you keep me going at times when I need to go. And it just don't even be what you said. It just seeing you active, seeing you busy, seeing you in your space, in your element, man. Before I close, man, I just want to ask you, man, in one word, what does the word of God mean to you?
Everything. Everything. God as I am, we made in his image, I am. Everything.
This one word that I'm gonna throw at you again. It might answer that too, though. Hip hop. Everything.
Everything. How about say everything? Legacy, baby. Let's
Yo,
go.
you heard it first. You know what I'm saying? The voice of the culture. We in the chop shop, Dre Breezy. Yo, listen, man. I appreciate the opportunities, man, and enjoy what God has for you and count your blessings. Cause yo, listen, man. It's a whole world out here waiting for us, man. And let's just take over. You heard it first, the voice. I'm out of here. My boy. You